Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Ask Joshino Anything, the show where you can ask me, Joshino, any question you so desire. So just to let you know, I'm going away for the weekend to Birmingham, which is actually the second city in the UK, but not a lot of people know that. So I probably won't be able to make any videos for the weekend coming up. Afterwards I've got another tech review, the Z270 MSI motherboard, which is actually my main motherboard now as well. And then just generally more Paladin stuff and more game stuff if I can get my hands on other games as well. And I've been really naughty actually, so I haven't done a Q&A for like 3 weeks now, so these questions are a little old, so sorry folks. I did do some streaming before, but also my streaming, basically this month, they won't let me do the add-ons so I can get more hotspot data on my phone to stream with, because my phone is like 10 times more powerful internet-wise than my actual broadband, which sucks donkey balls. Anyway, let's just get on to the questions. And as I said, there might not be as many videos over the weekend, but I'll get back to it on Monday. Anyway, Kingly Peasant says, Dear Joshino, do you have annoying friends who keep pestering you to drop Paladins and play Overwatch instead? No, I don't have any friends like that actually. A lot of my friends have stopped playing Overwatch since they mainly played it, although one of them has gone back to it occasionally and says, Josh, come play it with me. And I'm actually tempted. I've played it a little bit actually recently. It's not like I hate Overwatch or dislike it. They're just two different games, Paladins and Overwatch, and they're fun in their own ways, I guess. And this one, another topical one. Razakar Sayafat, Paladins or Overwatch? Well, for me, Paladins, because I prefer how much closer to a MOBA it is than Overwatch, and also there are quite a lot of duels and things that don't really happen in Overwatch. Although Overwatch definitely is the better looker and generally plays a bit more smoothly. But Paladins for me, but I don't think either's better objectively, just I prefer Paladin. Do you ever fail Drogoz Ultimate going it to Ying Clone? Sorry for my bad English. Your English was fine, dude. I don't know, I don't think I actually have gone into a Ying Clone. I have gone into a Barrack turret before. But yeah, I have done that as Ying before, but I don't think I've actually got caught up accidentally on a Ying clone. Maybe I have, I can't remember though. Van says, do I comment on these videos to ask you something? Maybe you do, I'm not sure. Hey Joshino, can you tell us about your gear and show it to your camera? Unfortunately, I'm not with my gear at the moment, but basically my gaming PC is going to be the i7-7700K, 7700K, and is the MSI 270 Gaming 5 motherboard, just a GTX 970, and it's going to be some form of 16 gigabytes of RAM. Basically, I'm selling all my old components for about £300, and then I'm going to buy the i7 and some new RAM, which will be about £410 or something, and hopefully we'll be all ready to go for streaming. And because the stream before was stuttering a bit with OBS, and hopefully an i7 going from an older i5 will help that out, and that's what I'm hoping for. And yeah, I'm still using my old GTX 970. It does play most games on 1080p almost max settings, so it's not that big of a deal at the moment, but obviously I want to upgrade that as well. If any gaming companies, hardware companies want to send me like a GTX 1080 Ti, then you know, well, you can send one over here. Will you ever do a champion concept series? Ravenex says. I'm not really sure because I don't know. Like I'm not the sort of like doing fan designs, I guess. But maybe I could look again at my viewers' designs and their ideas for champions. That was quite fun before. Ask Joshino anything. Superman says, what program do you use to record? It's Shadowplay on Nvidia, but I was actually using AMD's Relive, which is their like version of Shadowplay, and that was fine too. But I've not got their 470 anymore. It's not in my system. And people were actually asking, should I upgrade from a 970 to a 470? No, the 970 isn't necessarily worse than the 470 in some ways. In some games, like DirectX 11 games, it actually performs quite a bit better. The 470 obviously can be crossfired, and in DirectX 12 games and Vulkan, like Doom, it does perform really well. It's sort of like if you don't have a 970, a 470 is quite budget, and in a budget place that you could probably pick one up, unless the 480 is cheaper because sometimes it's on deal. So yeah, just to mention that anyway. Tom Sonic says, will there be another Discord tournament in the future? Probably, but it was hectic as hell and like really hard to put together and just generally dragged out forever, so it wasn't the easiest thing to do. TX Lesser Dragon says, would you ever make a series on countering specific Paladins heroes? I did start doing like a counter pick guide sort of series with just Drogoz first off, but it didn't really pick up. It didn't really pick up, and not that many people watched it, so I didn't really continue with it. But I wanted to get back to the Ultimate Champion guides and that sort of stuff, and maybe some more guides because that's really where I want to go. Bumblebee says, how do I get the Androxa skin? I don't think it's explicitly stated yet, but it's something to do with linking your Xbox and your PS4 accounts. Joshino, someone told me I have a good voice for commentating. I was wondering if I could commentate some of your tournament games sometime. Keep up the good work. I mean, sure. I mean, if we have a tournament again, you can happily stream and spectate some of the games and do some commentary. I was trying to find somebody before to do it for our tournament, but it was just too messy. Like, there wasn't anybody that could do it fully. Although Prince Danny TV and Bubbly, one of the guys from Australia, was streaming themselves. But cool. Pilif says, what's your outro song called? It's Mark Talk Mobile Electro. It's like track 7. Like, it's from Epidemic Sound, which is like a library for YouTubers to use. That's why I never list it, because it's actually like licensed to my YouTube network, so it's not really that much point to show everybody, because it's not like a release track or anything. It's like just like for YouTubers to use. Choco says, have you ever thought about streaming on Twitch TV/Paladins game? I have thought about it, but it's just committing to the time and having enough time, and also using the 4G hotspot, like having enough time to slot that in as well as my own streams is quite difficult. But that is like the way forward, because like obviously you get the massive viewership if you're on the main Paladins channel. Adele Amber says, do you like potatoes? To be honest, I prefer sweet potatoes now. I've like really got into that. I do like potatoes, like honestly. Like, I like chips. Obviously I like potatoes. You can boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. But I do realise that they're pretty heavy on the old dietary control, so I do tend to eat something a little bit more healthy than a potato. Ligo says, who's your favourite esports Paladins team? Who's the best player you've played with or against in Paladins? And finally, who's your favourite Paladins character? Well, I've played with all of Team Burrito and against them, and played against a lot of District 69 on the matchmaking. They're probably the best players I've played against. My favourite esports teams? Probably between Skitlight and Cyclone at the moment. They're the ones that are sort of like breaking into the European scene. They're not necessarily at the level of Burrito and District 69 yet, but they could be, and that's what I like, because they're like the underdogs that are coming into like the pro scene, I guess. Vexy says, can I translate your videos to Portuguese? Sometimes I have nothing to do, so I don't really mind. Sure you can. I don't know whether I've set it up already, but there's something called like fan translation. So if you do want to translate my videos, then you can go ahead, I think. If you can't, tell me in the comment section below. You might even be able to do a sub for this one. I know that it's probably gonna get like abused, like people are probably gonna put like loads of crap. So maybe you'll just run it until it's abused and then just take it down again. I Love Gaming says, how do I not suck with Androxus? I've actually got an ultimate guide for Androxus. Be sure to check that one out. But then he also asked, how do I improve my aim? Please something other than practice, like a tip or something. Like, there isn't really much tips about aim apart from practicing, making sure you always come around the corner, looking at places where you think an enemy is going to be, like going into the training zone, trying to headshot each of the skies over and over again and get into the pattern. Make sure that your settings on your mouse are correct, and like you've not got too fast a DPI, and you like when you're moving your mouse, you've actually got to be like moving it across. If you see what I mean. It's just a hard one. Like, maybe I'm gonna do a guide on aiming at some point. Seekandodo Terminator says, do you have a kazoo? No, I don't have a kazoo. We do have a loop. I don't know what they're called. The whisper, the harmonica. I think that's what it's called. We don't have a kazoo though. Ripper lols say, what do you do in the working world? I do this. I do YouTube. That's my work. Sometimes I get sponsorship deals and things, and that's how I make my money, and donations, and generally YouTube ad revenue. It's sort of getting to the point now where it's actually like a full job. Like at the moment, it's a part-time wage, a good part-time wage, but Like, it's just moving forward with it. And yeah, I do YouTube. That's what I do. Darksphere says, Joshino, can the voice channel Discord work on phones or tablets? I've tried to listen to the voice chat before on my phone, and I could hear the people talking, but I couldn't talk myself. So I think that you can. I think there is some way that you can do that with your phone, but I'm not sure how to. I'm not the technical wizard for that one. Hi Joshino, I'm from Argentina. I have one question. Do you know what's going to happen to the holiday skins in the new patch? So now we've got the Valentine skins. It's already been revealed. You can see in my other video all of the skins. And yeah, I used 2 chest codes. One of them was the Pip goggles, and the second one was a Sky emote. So rip me. Zell says, do sport. No, I e-sport, but yeah, I'm not really very sporty, dude. Can you pronounce this in British? This is how British pronounces English. Water, Wotoa. Night, Neot. Harry Potter, Owie Popper. I know how they pronounce it because I have a cousin who is British and he's 10 years old. He pronounces it like that. Dude, there's like millions of accents in the UK. Like, you literally go 10 minutes down the road and there's a different accent. Where I'm going to Birmingham at the weekend, they're all like, oi, I'm from Dudley. I'm like a West Country accent and all that. And that's the worst Birmingham accent you'll ever hear, but you get the idea. It's weird accents. Ayub Lumiki says, Joshino, do you love your subs? And why are you making YouTube videos and how to start to make them? Yeah, of course I do. Literally, like, I go through all of my comments. I don't know if people realize this, but I read pretty much every comment, and the good ones make me smile. The ones that are negative, I either think, they're either bad at English, they're insulting me, or they're trolling, and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's how I do care. Like, I'm literally going through like, oh, do they love me too? Because I love them. Joshino, what would your thoughts about champions getting their own story be? Yeah, let's get lore in there. How did you get the name Joshino? My friend used to call me Joshino. Like, Joshino! Like, instead of Yoshi, Joshino! That's what he called me. And I called my friend Davido! It was like Davido and Joshino! So that's where it came from. People think it's like an anime thing or like an Italian thing. It's not. It's just me and my friends being silly, and it's just stuck. White Wolf Gaming says, do you play or have you ever played League of Legends back from Canada? I did play League of Legends a little bit, but then all my friends moved to Dota 2, so I've played Dota 2 since. I suck at Dota 2, but I love it. Sub 2, I'm like 2K bracket, we're bad, but I still have fun with my real life friends on Dota 2. Durny Boy says, hey Joshino, what's your thoughts on the new Nintendo's console, the Switch? It's a bit weird because it's like they're trying to go for the mobile and then actual console concept. I don't know. I do like Nintendo as a console. Like, I don't like other consoles as much because they're just less powerful PCs. But the Nintendo is actually a gaming console, like in the sense that they make silly games. Like, it's still Nintendo. And I do love Nintendo. Like, I had a Nintendo 64, I had NES, and yeah, I'm invested in Mario and all the games on the Nintendo, like the genres of those. I do miss not being able to play Mario Party, but hey. So Nintendo Switch, good. Let's have it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's all the questions. And again, sorry for the little lack of content this weekend. And this is like a token gesture to you as a video, just to keep you appeased so that you don't riot. But I'll see you all on Monday with a new video, like a super video, the best video you'll ever see. Anyway, if you've got questions for next week, we shall put them in the comment section below. Subscribe for more of my content, yada yada. Like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you thought it was rubbish, and I'll see you all next time. Joshino.